That was a poorly managed game. It doesn't matter if you had the bases loaded in the 7th inning and 1 out and didn't score. In the 9th inning, you're in a 1-1 game. Why is your starting pitcher either A, getting a 4th time through the lineup, and then B, if he doesn't get the 4th time through the lineup, why would you go to Josh Hader in that spot who hasn't pitched in like a decade and a half? Someone gets a clean inning or Yu Darvish gets the inning. So the manager is accountable for the 9th inning. The players are accountable for their play. The manager has to put his team in a position to win in the position that they're in. And in the 9th inning, that's inexplicable. And it's happened a lot with this team, if we're being honest. The bullpen's been mismanaged. The starters have been mismanaged. We were critical of Jace Tingler for 2 years, and nobody will criticize Bob Melvin. This one's on Bob Melvin, and they can't afford to lose games like that.
I 100% agree with you. What the actual fuck was that 9th inning? Seriously. You have Darvish go out there for the 9th. By the way, Darvish gets the loss tonight. Baseball is so dumb like that sometimes.
He allowed those 2 to reach in the 9th.
The thing with Melvin, and we're seeing it a lot this year, it's worked out good, and it's also bit him in the ass. He keeps guys out there too long. Too long. And that is what bit them tonight. One of the reasons that they lost tonight. Mm-hmm. The other reason we'll talk about in a second. But
I mean, there's the players are accountable for their performance, but the manager is too. The manager is too.
But we can talk about the 9th inning, right? Who was responsible for the 9th inning? Yeah, Josh Hader hasn't I put on Twitter,
like in our lifetime.
Maybe Josh Hader sucks right now because he literally never pitches.
Hey, let's put him in the highest leverage spot imaginable. I don't care who you're facing. It's the highest leverage spot imaginable. 2 on, 1 out. He hasn't pitched in 9 days.
Like, maybe if you think he's going through some struggles, maybe pitch him yesterday.
Maybe pitch him right in a 10-3 game.
Like, maybe
can't go back-to-back days.
Yeah, give him some confidence. Maybe go out there in a 10-3 game. Have a quick 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah.
Boom.
I think a 10-3 game in the 9th inning probably makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what doesn't make sense? A 1-1 game where everyone's tight as hell. You can't do anything on offense. And your margin for error is nothing. And was he good? No, he wasn't good. But his margin for error is nothing. And he hasn't pitched in 9 days. You expect him to have a good slider? He hasn't pitched in 9 days. You're pitching in front of 45,000 people? He's had 1 save opportunity, by the way. I mean, even this game, a tie game, is not a typical save spot for. I'm not excusing it, by the way. He wasn't good, but it's on the manager. It's on the manager,
right?
Ruben, thank you for the super. I'm not saying this, but I'm telling you tonight is on the manager.
Yeah,
that's what I'm telling you. You watch enough of this. We watched Jace Tingler, and a lot of that was on the manager. We watched Andy Green. A lot of that was on the manager. Why is none of this on the manager? Why is it that this team hasn't been jump-started in the last 10 weeks?
I mean, maybe – I don't know about that.
Well, why? I mean,
I don't know.
Why is it every night we say they don't play clean baseball?
Yeah, maybe Bob Melvin talks about it all the time. Like, Bob Melvin brings that calmness, maybe almost too calm.
I like Bob Melvin. I really do.
I do too. I like Bob Melvin
presence,
a lot.
But I think it was a bad night.
I think he's infinitely better than Jace Tingler. I think he's the best manager they've had on this team since Buddy Black. Easily.
Sure.
No questions about that.
No question. Yeah.
But there are moments, especially like tonight, where you're like, what the fuck was that?
It's a little unconventional, right?
Yeah. Like, and it's not the first time that he's left the pitcher in there too long or waited too long to bring another pitcher in. And then the bringing in Hader in that spot, you're like, okay. Now I gotta blame Hader. He's got to get the job done, dude. You're like,
I don't know,
bro.
Man. I mean, I get it. Yes, that's fine. But I mean, there's a reason why it's not a loss on him because there's 2 on. I mean, you're asking him to basically be perfect. A single, you lose the game. You know, I mean, walk, sack, fly, you lose the game or whatever it was. I mean, he was bad. What was he? Walk, hit by pitch, walk. He was terrible. But of course, he was going to be terrible. He hasn't pitched in 10 days. He's been terrible for the last month plus in the big leagues.
His last outing was that blown save versus the Giants. Maybe get him out there so you can give him some confidence. I mean, even the 6-0 game on Sunday in Washington. Like you keep pitching Nick Martinez out there, and Hader literally had a free road trip. He had a vacation.
Right. Like, what do you think he did? Did you see the Lincoln Memorial and the Washington Monument?
Yeah.
And then in Miami, did he go to South Beach? I'm sure it was beautiful. It was warm, but I mean, get some rays, maybe put some sunscreen on.
I will say Josh Hader has not been good. Like, even before he got traded to the Padres, there was a dip there, and you're like, I hope this isn't like a thing, and I hope it's just like a little bump in the road with the Giants there. Because he had 2 days in July where it really fucked up his ERA.
Yeah, he allowed like 11 runs in 2 games, but he's been terrible. I mean, he's been just
horrific.
So can he redeem it in 6 weeks?
Josh Bell have been horrific. Brandon Drury's been okay. He's had some moments. Juan Soto had an opportunity tonight, didn't come through, but overall, Juan Soto has been quietly good, if that's even a thing.
Right, because he hasn't driven it a lot, but he's been really good. I mean, if you're just looking at sheer baseball numbers, he's been very good. Other people have to step up. He's been very good. If you're just looking at the ability to get on base, he's been very good.
I am. He's been quietly really good.
Yeah, that can be a thing. Just been so quiet around him, other than Machado.
Yeah. No, I love Soto. He's just like, other than Soto, the acquisitions they brought in, Drury, I could say he had a couple moments and is good, but man, Josh Bell is just complete. Like, he's Eric Hosmer right now, but worse. And Hader has been a massive disappointment. But sorry, what were you gonna say?
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, but that's not the reason why they lost tonight, John. The 9th inning. The reason why they lost is this team can't fucking score a run for life dependent on it.
Well, yes and no, but I agree with you 100%. But like, your manager has to put you in the best position to win. If the 9th inning is managed better, in my opinion, you're still playing maybe. Because maybe it's 1-1. That's the job of the manager. In the moment, I get it. I wish they were up 10-1 in the 9th inning too. They weren't, but it was a 1-1 game. The game wasn't over. They hadn't lost, but he put them in a position that made it harder to win than it should have been. We're going to get into it all. I just wanted to start with that. Fran saying, thank you for the super. Bo Mel, we can't handle this no more. Thank you, France, for the super. No, nobody can handle this. I mean, the lead for the wild card's 1 game, and it's the final wild card, and the Brewers' schedule is soft, and the Padres are playing tight, and the Padres' schedule is hard, and the Padres now, are in line to hopefully split this series. I mean, they need to win 2 of the next 3 to split this series. I mean, do you have confidence they're going to take the next 3 games?
Not really. I mean, tonight was pathetic. Tonight was absolutely pathetic on offense. Manny hit that home run. No one else could do anything. I go back to the 7th inning, bases loaded, 1 out. You can't get a fucking run home.
Yeah,
I mean, Trent Grisham had one of the worst at bats.
Yeah.
I mean, that was an embarrassing at bat by Grisham.
Well, he leads off and he strikes out 3 times. I mean, then you can't lead off because you can't
not
do
anymore.
That.
Sorry. You're done. Your leadoff
Why was he
now
leading off?
over.
Why did Jerkson Profar have a night off? I mean, it's like it's go time. Not that Profar's been good. He hasn't.
Yeah, it's I mean, I don't know what other word to say other than pathetic.
It was a bad loss. I mean,
pathetic loss. Like this, you didn't lose to you can be upset still losing to the Dodgers, but it's the Dodgers. When you lose to the Nationals, it's pathetic.
I mean, when you're facing Anibal Sanchez in his 7.25 ERA and you could do nothing other than Manny Machado, who has carried this team for years at this point. So you get 1 real hit in the entire game. It's a Manny Machado solo home run off Anibal Sanchez, who has been awful. You weren't prepared to play this game. Simple as that. I'm telling you right now, they were not prepared to play this game. Travel, excuse. Freaking Fernando Tatis Jr. off-field distraction, excuse. They were not prepared to play the game. If you watch the game, they were not prepared. That's on the players, it's on the coaches, and it's on the manager.